1, 2.
Hello everybody, Antoni here with Antoni's Gardening Show. We've all made it through the holidays, thank goodness, and we've made it finally to the inception of spring, otherwise known as February. And I can tell that everybody is getting a little itchy to get out there and garden. For those of you who are hardcore gardeners, especially you fruit tree people, this is your time of year. Here at my garden, we are literally getting in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fruit trees. Fruit trees are the one thing that it seems joins every gardener together. We all love fresh produce at the end of our season. So as you come into our nursery, we're going to have all sorts of bare root trees that are going to be pruned and ready for you to go. They'll have been sprayed with a dormant spray and they're ready for you just to take home and get into the garden. Before you do, I'm going to highly recommend that you go ahead and utilize Malibu compost. For those of you who know me, you know that Malibu is probably pretty dear to my heart. It is a biodynamic product, so it has proper enzymes and nutrients that'll leach into the soil, but it's not going to be a proper fertilizer to inspire growth. So for those of you who already have fruit trees, you may have bought fruit trees last year or the year before. Now is the time that you're going to want to really start thinking about pruning. Pruning is going to help us control the shape and also develop a nice, strong character for your tree to hold the fruit and so you don't end up with branch snapping. For some of you, you probably haven't used your shears since last year, but for the other people, you have. Nonetheless, I always recommend starting out by cleaning your blades. What are we cleaning our blades for, Antoni? Well, we oftentimes have pathogens that will linger over from season to season. Cleaning our blades is just as simple as what I did. I put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a tissue and I wiped them clean. These are ready to go and they have no pathogens on them. When we begin to prune our tree, we really want to look at the overall shape of it. But then we want to take some of this new growth that you see here and we want to take that 12 to 14 inches. That is recommended. As we do so, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut it down to a node facing the outside of the tree, and so that you can get a good close-up, because it's important that you see exactly what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and prune this bad boy right back here. Now you'll notice that I'm cutting at an angle. This angle here will keep any type of water from forming on the droplets from forming on here and creating rot. Another thing that we want to really take a close look at is any type of branches that are growing inside the tree. Oftentimes that will end up creating a airflow issue as well as rubbing limbs. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. It's important that when we do this just above the collar. We don't want to cut into that collar. I'm going to go ahead and take this now to a node right here. This node here is going to begin to promote a nice healthy branch for this guy. And this one here, we're going to cut and just tip, as well as this guy. Now as I prune this, you can see it's just a simple clip. And we're going to do a nice clean cut, just like we've done there. This one here is poised to be a nice strong limb that will raise up with the plant. So I want to really take it to a good place right above there. This tree is going to be one gorgeous tree when it grows up and gets to be a big tree. Now, you've seen that took us 60 seconds to cut. It's not difficult. This is going to be one of the easiest things that you've done, but it's going to also be one of the most important that you're doing. Now, for those of you who have fruit trees already at home, this is the time of year that you really want to take a quick look, and we want to start using dormant spray. This is primarily mineral oil that's been sterilized, and we spray this on a tree that is dormant, because inside these little buds here, in between the stem and the bud, we oftentimes can get small spores of various fungus or small insects. This acts as a suffocant and it gives us a nice clean start to our year. For those of you who, again, are interested in fruit trees or already have them, I cannot recommend any more than an orchard spray. Orchard spray is a combination of pyrethrum and sulfur. It has a broad spectrum of killer, including insects, disease, and many different types of fungus. You'd be surprised at what this will do for you, and it's all organic. When we, if you have a 2-year-old tree, think along the lines of an 842. 842 is going to be perfect for a young tree such as this. What we want to do is we simply want to dig a trench around the drip line of this tree, the drip line being from here to here. And you're just going to take that down. We're going to dig a little trench and we're going to fill it in with a little bit of fertilizer. For those of you who have older trees, we want to know that we don't need quite as much fertilizer with them, but we still want to use a little bit of the 842 with them, and yes, we want to go ahead and use them. She can edit all this. We do want to go ahead and still utilize.
Then you're at 6 minutes.
Some fertilizer for this. So, with all of that said, come and see me at my garden nursery. I'm really excited to see you this year. This is going to be the best spring and summer ever. Happy gardening.